What's up, dudes? My name is Nick. This isn't even a news video. This isn't anything. This is just me talking. This would have been a news video about the whole thing with girls' generation. The fact that, you know, 3 of the members have left the group, have left the company, and all that stuff. And what is the future? I kind of intended on making a video talking about this whole thing on Monday, but I just didn't have anything prepared. I didn't have any actual thoughts put down, you know, formulated in my mind essentially, or even put down on paper in an outline to make a video. And then I recorded a video yesterday, and then when I was finished with it, I was like, I wasn't happy with the content of it, and I also didn't think that it was necessarily something that was particularly valuable, and, you know, what I thought and said had deserved a video, me to make a specific video. It basically would have just been me cashing in on the hype in the news and the fact that it's, you know, relating to a current event in K-pop to, you know, get some views. And, you know, I wanted to make sure that, you know, more and more when I release videos that are not reaction videos, that I take the time to actually put some thought into this and create something that is actually, you know, valuable in the content that I'm bringing and the words that I'm saying. So for this video, I've already basically covered the whole what I think about girls' generation and the you know, whatever it is in probably, I think I've talked about it probably 2, 3, 4 times over the last year and a half in separate videos, or a live stream even, or something like that. I've talked about it. So if you've watched my videos or those videos, then you already know. But just generally speaking, if you don't know, just to kind of like recap it here, I've kind of been expecting something like this to happen since Jessica essentially left the group. I thought that was essentially the event that was going to marked the beginning of the end of girls' generation. And, you know, the more that other members of the group or remaining members in SM Entertainment got solo releases, while girls' generation themselves as a group did not promote as much as they had been in the past, that just kind of further reinforced the idea that they're really just kind of like winding down their contracts, and then maybe some of them will renew their contracts or re-sign a contract, and some of them will move on, and then, you know, we'll just deal with it from there. So, you know, what's essentially happened is kind of not exactly what I don't know necessarily if I expected that, you know, some would re-sign and some would not, but I figured something like this was going to happen. And so it's happened, and it sucks because, you know, it's an iconic girl group that is not necessarily dead because they're not officially disbanded. SM Entertainment apparently is still, you know, thinking about what they're going to do with the group. Hopefully they don't make a comeback as 5, because I think that would kind of suck, and I'm not a fan of the group in really any way. I don't really like most of their music, so, you know, I'm not really emotionally attached to them in that regard as 8 or 9 or, you know, whatever. I don't care. But I just, you know, personally feel it would be wrong if they made a comeback as 5. I'm glad. I mean, I think I've said this in like basically every single video where I've kind of talked about to follow up a group disbanding, is like, they're at an age where they're, you know, they're kind of a little past the whole, you know, K-pop idol age thing when it comes to females. They've been doing this for 10 years, so it would make sense that some of them would want to change and do something different, you know, because 10 years is a long time, and your wants and desires and your hopes and dreams as a human being change and evolve on a, you know, year-to-year basis. Even, you know, day-to-day, what you think you want to do can change. So I'm not really, you know, shocked by the fact that, you know, Tiffany wants to do, you know, study abroad, and then I think act or something like that, and the other 2 members that left, Sooyoung and Seohyun, want to, you know, go into acting and doing other parts of show business that's not being a K-pop idol. Not surprised at that. Interesting. I'm kind of interested to see what some of the other members that re-signed that's not named Taeyeon do with their career. I suppose Seohyun re-signed too. She might do solo music. I don't know, but, you know, I'm not like on the edge of my seat like, oh my god, what are they going to do? Because it is what it is. I'm not going to be upset or sad about it if they just don't release anything, because it is what they want to do, I would assume. So that's really that. I mean, definitely I have a massive amount of respect and appreciation for the fact that they put in 10 full years as K-pop idols, which is a lot long. Well, not a lot longer. It's like 3 years longer than most girl groups, do. Because of course, most girl groups disband at 7 years because it's the contract, limit and all that stuff. Or 7 years is the typical contract. So 10 years is a long time for a girl group, and that's quite an achievement for them to have achieved. So I'm definitely happy, grateful, and appreciative, I suppose, I don't know, of that kind of achievement. But the real reason that I wanted to make this video is because you see a lot of people who are in instances like this, who are going like, this group was so important to me in my life for X, Y, and Z reasons, and despite the fact that I'm not a fan of this group, the impact that the group has had on me personally and what I'm doing currently in my life is potentially something that I don't know exactly if you would understand it. If you've heard my story of how I even got into K-pop, which I go through from 4-minute getting me into K-pop up to this point where I'm making YouTube videos, you would know that KCON 2014 is the event that I just went to because that I went to, and then coming home from that, that was the reason that's kind of motivated me to get onto YouTube to make these videos. The reason that I even went to KCON 2014 was because I was into K-pop, like very, very early into K-pop, and they announced that Girls' Generation was going to be going to KCON LA, and I was like, I don't even know if I'm ever going to get a chance to see, to be in the same arena or anything like that as this, legendary name in K-pop. I don't even like them, but I still got to go because of the star power. And they are the group that, and they're the reason that I went to KCON that year. That's the reason why, I'm essentially, and that's essentially the reason why I'm making YouTube videos, because if I hadn't gone to KCON 2014, who knows if I would be here right now making this specific video for you guys to hear. I don't even know. And so I do, of course, credit the fact that I was at KCON that year for the fact that I got into making YouTube videos, but I wouldn't have been at that event, I wouldn't have been at KCON LA in 2014 to, be inspired to make to leave that and to come home and be inspired to make my first reaction video and to continue doing them if I wasn't driven to go because it potentially was going to be the only time that I would see Girls' Generation perform live on stage in the United States, which I don't think they've actually returned to the United States either. So I think I'm very lucky that I actually got to be there, for that. Maybe did they perform in KCON New York a couple of years ago or last year? I don't remember specifically, but that's really ultimately the big thing the big way that this group has kind of impacted my life. And like I said, my whole story as to how I got into K-pop, I've told it a million times before. If you haven't heard it yet, ask me down in the comments. I will tell you and recap it for you guys. But just everyone, a lot of people were sharing like how this group is so special and what it means to them. And this is what Girls' Generation means to me. This YouTube channel is essentially because of them. Because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have been at KCON 2014. I would not have been inspired to make these videos. And who knows if I would be doing this if I'd gone to if I'd been driven to go to KCON 2015 or later or anything like that. Who knows, right? I have no idea. So I suppose I'm grateful for the fact that for them for driving me to do this, because it's been a really, really awesome and great experience. And it's really all that I've got. I just wanted to share that because I think that's really kind of the valuable thing that I can add to the whole discussion on this, and everyone probably everyone else who's making videos sharing their emotional responses to this video or to this news is that despite the fact I don't like them that much, they did have an actual impact on my life and what I'm doing currently. So, something to kind of think about. And for those of you who are kind of potentially wondering, despite the fact I don't like Girls' Generation a lot, I do like a handful of their songs. My two favorite songs are Run Devil Run, and surprisingly, people are probably gonna kill me and hate me for this and be shocked, but I actually really do like I Got a Boy. So just that, we're going to throw that out there. So with all that being said, I'm just going to wrap it up here, and that's going to be it for this video. Question for you guys is, what are your moments with girls' generation? Just kind of like, you know, do the things, spill your guts, be all emotional and sad and or happy or whatever it is that you want to be, down in the comments below. Hopefully I don't have to like say that, like, you know, this community here is all about having some friendly and respectful, open discussion about whatever it is that we think, whether we agree with someone or not. Considering the topic, hopefully everyone's going to be nice about it, but, you know, for other future videos, that's what this community is all about, being friendly and open to everyone's opinions and discussing them in, you know, honestly and, you know, in a friendly way. So if that's a community that you're interested in becoming a part of course, then please do consider clicking on the subscribe button down below, and that's going to be it for this video. So as always, I want to thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time.